Are you making a pros and cons list for homeschooling and finding that some of your pros could also be cons depending on the way that you look at it? If so, stick with me and we're going to talk about a couple of these today. If this is the first time you're joining me, welcome. Thanks for being here. I am a homeschooling mom of two and also a realtor in the Tampa Bay area. I post videos once a week to motivate and encourage homeschool moms as well as discuss homeschool topics and curriculums. I'd love for you to join this community so that we can all learn from each other. So if you'd like that, then hit the subscribe button and the bell so you can get notified each time I post a new video. In this video, we're going to talk briefly about a couple of the pros and cons of homeschooling. So let's get started. Pro or con number one, we're with our kids all the time, 24 hours a day, morning and night. Depending on how you look at this could be a pro or it can be a con. I see it as a pro. I really enjoy being with my kids and I like learning and living alongside of them. I like including them in my work and business planning. And they're really only in our homes for a small portion of their whole life, so I really do want that time with them. It could be a pro or it could be a con. We spend so much time with our kids, 24 hours a day. It is very important then, if you're seeing it as a con, to make sure that you're planning some time for yourself. That time where you get to go and do your own thing. Or you just simply get to close yourself in another room because you can't exactly leave the house for whatever reason. You just have to make sure that you're planning some time for yourself. Number two, pro or con, depending on how you look at it, is you're in charge of your kids' education. This can be a pro because you get to pick what your children are learning, at what pace, what works best for their personality types. If you take days off to go do field trips or if you sign up for co-ops or classes, you're in charge. You get to decide what your kids are learning. On the flip side, this can also be a con. Being in charge of your kids' learning can be very frightening. Like, shoot, now what am I going to do? I have to figure out what to teach my kids. And then the fear is there of, am I failing them? Am I not teaching them enough? What do I do? And if you are feeling like this is a con, just know that there are lots of curriculums out there that you can do all-in-one curriculums, or you can piece together what you want to teach your kids. I've posted a few videos on different curriculums and teaching ideas, and I'll put those in the links below. Check those out after this, and I'll continue to post those kinds of videos because there's so many different ways to teach our kids. And lastly, pro or con, depending on how you look at it, is we create our own schedule. So if you're seeing that as a pro, you get to wake up when you want. You can sleep in, you can get up early, you can homeschool in the morning, afternoon, you can do night school if you want to. And we can homeschool all year round and take littler breaks throughout the year, or you can homeschool with the public school system. Now, for some people, that could be a con. It's very difficult to organize and coordinate a schedule. But as I mentioned earlier, there are all-in-one programs, there's different curriculums that you could follow, there are online classes that your kids can take to help you maintain and keep up with a schedule if that's something you feel like is a con for homeschooling. There you have it. 3 pros that could be cons or 3 cons that could be pros, depending on the way you look at it. If you can think of some other pros or cons for homeschooling, put them in the comments below. I'd like to hear from you. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.